माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरि बोल। Jayong Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajikacharya Ashtattar Shatu Shri Srimad Abhay Charanaruvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayong Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajikacharya Ashtattar Shatu Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जाय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जाय। श्री मथुरा धाम की जाय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जाय। श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जाय। गंगा माई की जाय। जमुना माई की जाय। भक्ति देवी की जाय। तुलसी महारानी की जाय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जाय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जाय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gaurango. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Desatarine. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki. Mahaprabhu's appearance day celebration Gaur Purnima Mahotsav Ki. Samaveto Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. So for last few days we had been discussing about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes and the identity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So previously we discussed about the reason for Krishna's coming as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Many of you are not there in those two classes, so I'll just briefly mention about the reasons. There are two reasons. One is external reason, the other is the internal reason. The external reason was to distribute Krishna Prem. The external reason was to give Krishna Prem, meaning Braja Bhakti, devotional service to Krishna in the mood of the residents of Vrindavan, Braj. The residents of Vrindavan are the most intimate associates of Krishna. And there, the relationship they have with Krishna are in four specific mellows: servitorship, friendship, parental, and conjugal. These are the four mellows, and the predominating factor of the relationship there is conjugal mellow. So that has been described in one verse which was written by Srila Rupa Goswami. That verse says that Krishna came in order to give something, in order to bestow something that he had not given for a long, long time. Long time means 1000 Chaturjugas. 4 Jugas, Satta, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, together make one Chaturjuga, and 1000 such Chaturjugas make a day of Brahma, and once in a day of Brahma, Krishna comes. Krishna means Krishna of Vrindavan, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not an incarnation, but he is the source of all incarnations. That has been described by Rupa Goswami as Anarpito Charing Chirat Korunaya Vutirna Kalo. Anarpito, what was not given before for a long, long time, in order to bestow that. Korunaya, very mercifully, Krishna came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Korunaya Avatirna Kalo. And what was that? That he gave Samarpaitu Munnato Jalarasang Swabhakti Shriyam. Swabhakti Shriyam. The wealth of his own devotion. Shriyam. Shriyam means the wealth. What kind of wealth? The wealth of his own Swabhakti, his own devotion. Because devotion to Krishna is the highest achievement, greatest wealth. There is nothing beyond that. And how exalted that wealth is? If you put all the wealth of this world in one side and just put one tulasi leaf signifying devotion to Krishna, do you know which side will weigh heavier? Tulsi side. So that means all the wealth of this world does not compare to a fraction of devotion to Krishna. And here we are talking about the highest form of devotion. That is what Krishna came to display. And that is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to distribute. Sabhakti Shriyam. And that's why Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Purata Sundara Duti Kadamba Sandipita, he appeared assuming the complexion of molten gold. Krishna's complexion is sham, dark complexion. Krishna's complexion has been described as Ghana Shyam or Ujjvala Nilamani, the brilliant sapphire, blue sapphire. That is the complexion of Krishna. So Krishna, but here Krishna came assuming the golden complexion. And that is the complexion of Srimati Radharani. Hari Purata Sundara Duti Kadamba Sandipitaha Sada Hridaya Kandare Sfuratu Ba Shachinandana. Let that son of Mother Sachi be eternally manifest in your heart. In simple words, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. Not only just Krishna, then the another verse is describing Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ladini Shakti. Krishna's Ladini Shakti, pleasure-giving potency, is Srimati Radharani. And this Radha and Krishna are the Shakti and Shaktiman. So as Shakti and Shaktiman, they became different. Radha and Krishna. But again, Shakti and Shaktiman became one. So when that Shakti and Shaktiman, the energy and the energetic, where does the energy come from? Energy come from the energetic. Is the energy different from energetic? No. So the Shakti and Shaktiman became one again. And what is that Shakti and Shaktiman together? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhubi Pura Deho Bhedam Gato. They became separate, two different, one entity in two bodies. Radha and Krishna. Now Chaitanyakkhang Prakata Madhuna. Now they have become one. So that is the identity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna and Radha together. Radha Krishna. Therefore, when we say Hare Krishna, who do we indicate? That Hare Krishna is actually indicating Radha Krishna. Hare is Radharani, Krishna is Krishna. Hare Krishna. Again Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Then again Hare Rama, this Ram, who is this Ram? Again Krishna. Radha Raman Ram. So Hare Rama, again Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra is indicating who? Radha Krishna. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra is indicating who? Radha Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They have become one now. So that is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore, before we enter into Mahaprabhu's pastimes, we have to recognize him properly. Now it is very difficult to recognize Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because he didn't come as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He came as a devotee of the Lord. Like for example, when you go as yourself, everybody can recognize you. But when you go in disguise, then can anybody recognize you? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in disguise. Therefore it's very difficult to recognize him. But those who recognize him, they are very fortunate. That means those who recognize him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although he is playing the role of a devotee, they are very, very fortunate. So how many of you are fortunate here? How many of you are very fortunate here? Very good. You have? Very good. Most fortunate. Yes, Radhacharan Prabhu is most fortunate. He is not only recognized with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is making everybody else recognize who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radhacharan Prabhu is a very, very powerful preacher. He is cultivating the devotees so nicely all over. So prachar is, that's why very important. Not only recognize him, not only get the bhakti shriyam. Somebody has wealth, but are they all magnanimous? Who is magnanimous? Who is udar? Who distributes it? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that udar Gauranga. Udar, magnanimous. Namo Mahavadannaya, most magnanimous. Krishna Prema Pradayate. Because he is distributing Krishna Prema. When Mahaprabhu was a little boy, we discussed some of these pastimes, and one of those pastimes was that he revealed his identity to a wandering brahmana. A brahmana who is to travel from place to place, traveled from pilgrimage to pilgrim to pilgrimage. So he revealed his identity to him by eating his food. How many of you remember those pastimes? Okay, very good. Most of you know that. So he was eating. Actually, Brahmana was calling, he was a worshipper of Bal Gopal, baby Krishna. And he made the offering, and he was, in his meditation, he was chanting the mantra, inviting Bal Gopal. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Bal Gopal. And he started to eat. And the Brahmana became very upset. Oh, my offering is spoiled. He did it once. Again he cooked. He did it twice. Both the times Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, little Nimai, and ate it. His father was very upset. He thought, my child is so naughty. Like the Brahmana is making his, what an offense. Brahmana is offering to the Lord and he is eating it. So his father also didn't recognize who he was. He was chastising him. Then finally he locked him up in the house of Chandrasekhar Acharya, took him away from the house to a neighbor's house, and locked him up. The ladies inside were there with him, so that this time he doesn't come out. And not only that, he was sitting at the door with a stick in his hand, guarding the gate. But still, when the third time the Brahmana was making the offering, again this little boy came, started to eat. It was late at night. He started to eat. The Brahmana, as he started to cry, oh, see, again this boy came and spoilt my offering. Then what did this baby Nimai do? He said, what kind of a person you are? You invite me to come and eat your offering, and when I come and eat you start crying, oh, he spoilt it, he spoilt it. Then, very mercifully, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his identity not only as Bal Gopal, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead with 8 arms, Ashtabhuj Roop, he revealed to him. So since that time, the Brahmana, who was always traveling from one place to another, he just stayed in Navadvip. He stopped traveling because now his traveling to place of pilgrimage has achieved its final success. He found the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So every morning he used to come and have the darshan of this little Nimai, his Bal Gopal. Can you imagine how fortunate he was? He could see his worshipable Lord face to face. Just as you also can see the Lord face to face every day, if you want. In the altar, who do you see? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When you come and have the darshan of the deities, try to see him with that understanding, with that consciousness. This is non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. This is non-different from Nityananda Prabhu himself. This is non-different from Radha Madan Mohan. So with that eyes, we have to see them. It's Krishna himself. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu grew up and he started to teach. He was so brilliant that he would just whatever he heard once, he would remember it. So can you imagine his teacher? One day he would give the class, he mastered it. How do we do? Throughout the year we study and then we sit for the exam. And here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, every day he was finishing one course. Therefore, at a very young age, he completed his studies. When he was just about 14, 15 years old, he was teaching. Not even 14, 15. At the age of about 11, I think, he was teaching. He opened his school. And he was teaching one day. A big scholar came to Navadvip. This scholar was famous for his scholarship. Those days, the scholars used to go around defeating other scholars. Just as a king goes out and defeats other kings, the pandits, the scholars, used to go and challenge other scholars and defeat them. So this person was from Kashmiri, the north of India. And his name was Keshav Bhattya. So he was popularly known as Keshav Kashmiri. So Keshav Kashmiri traveled all over India, from north to west to south to central to east. The only place that is left to win, left to conquer, is Navadvip. And nobody could defeat Keshav Kashmiri because he was blessed by Saraswati Devi, the goddess of learning, that she would reside in his mouth. Whatever he would speak, he won't actually speak, Saraswati would speak. So can anybody defeat Saraswati? So that was why he was undefeatable. And Keshav Kashmiri came with great pomp. There is a Bengali poetry that we studied when we were in school, describing that incident. It says, Bijay garbe turjo bajaye pandit jay fire, chatur dolay brahman dole bijay mallo gale. So he is traveling with many people with him, and he is being carried in a palanquin. And the victory garland, Bijay Malla, is swinging on his chest. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya, so he came to Navadvip, the last place to defeat. Then if he did defeat the Pandits of Navadvip, then he would be recognized as the greatest scholar of India. Sarvabhauma Pandit. Digvijayi Pandit, conquered all directions. So then, when the Pandits of Navadvip got to know that he was coming, they ran away from there out of fear and shame of being defeated by him. And some just stayed at home, didn't come out, accept his challenge. So this Digvijay Pandit was waiting, let the other Pandits come back, and then he would defeat them, and he would get the title of the conqueror of India. So he was waiting. Then one day, when he was walking on the bank of the Ganges, he saw that one young boy was teaching a group of students. So he was curious, what are you teaching? He said, I teach grammar. What's your name? My name is Nimai. I'm son of Jagannath Mishra. Oh, you are Nimai Pandit. Well, people affectionately call me Pandit, scholar. But actually, I'm just an ordinary person. Very good. I can see that you are very humble. So let me see the extent of your scholarship. He said, you see, you are such a great scholar. Let me take advantage of your scholarship, your presence here. Now that you have mercifully come here, let me take advantage of your scholarship. What do you want to hear? Okay, sir, this Ganga is flowing. So please sing some glory of Ganga. Describe some glory of Ganga. So that poet, in 1 hour, composed 100 verses. Generally, the poets, they take time to keep the rhyme and meter. But he was such a great scholar, that he was such a great poet also, that he just kept on reciting verse after verse continuously. And in this way, in 1 hour, he composed and recited 100 verses, one after another. And then he asked, so, how did you like it? Very nice. I can see that you are a great poet. Very nice poetry. Only there are some mistakes here and there. So he said, mistake? In my composition, there is never any mistake. And in this way, he kept on chastising him. What do you understand of poetry? Alankar, ornamentation of poetry. You are a simple teacher of grammar. So Mahaprabhu silently listened to his chastisement. But then when he asked, what mistakes did you see? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited one verse. And in one verse, he pointed out 5 mistakes. Not one mistake. In one verse, 5 mistakes. So describing the glory of Ganga, he composed. In this verse, he said, Mahattang Gangayam Satatam Avhati Nitarang Jadesha Sri Vishnur Charana Kamalotpatti Subhaga Ditya Sri Lakshmi Riva Suranarair Orchita Charana Bhavani Bharturja Vibhavati Adbhuta Guna. So he said, like a storm, I recited the poetry. How did you memorize it? This particular verse. He said, by whose mercy you have become a Kobibor, the greatest of poets. By his mercy, someone can become a Shrutidhar also. Just as you have become the greatest poet, by his mercy, some can also remember everything by his mercy. And then he pointed out 5 mistakes. 4 mistakes are grammatical, it's difficult to understand. I'll just point out what a beautiful way Mahaprabhu pointed out his mistakes. Just from one mistake. That is called Viruddhamati. Viruddhamati means contradictory concept. Contradictory concept is, he used the word Bhavani Bhartu. Bhavani is the name of Durga. And Bhartu means husband. Bharta. So now the word Bhavani is coming from Bhava. Bhava is Lord Shiva. And Bhavani means Lord Shiva's wife. So Lord Shiva's wife's husband. So it sounded like, he pointed out, it sounded like as if she has another husband other than Bhava. So that is a Viruddhamati. This scholar was devastated. He came with so much hope that he'll defeat the scholars of Navadvip and he'll get the title that he is the all-conquering poet, scholar of India. But now he is defeated by just a little boy. So he went back to his home crying to Lord Saraswati. You had to embarrass me in such a way. You had to make me accept defeat from a little boy. Then you know what happened? How many of you know? Yes. Saraswati appeared to him and told him, Keshav, today your learning has achieved its perfection. The one who defeated you is none other than my Lord, himself. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, Saraswati revealed the identity of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Keshav Kashmiri. Then Keshav Kashmiri went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, fell at his feet, and he accepted him as the Supreme Lord. So in this way, although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was hiding his identity, but his identity time and time again became revealed. Another such wonderful example is defeating Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. After taking sannyas, he went to Jagannath Puri. He had a little tiff with Nityananda Prabhu. He had a little fight with Nityananda Prabhu. Because Nityananda Prabhu broke his sannyas danda and threw it in the river. Nityananda Prabhu was speaking to the sannyas danda of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After one takes sannyas, one takes danda. Danda means punishment. Danda means a stick. Danda also means punishment. So Nityananda Mahaprabhu went to take bath in the river, and Nityananda Prabhu was holding the danda. And Nityananda Prabhu holding the danda, he told him, my dear sir, who do you think you are? The Lord of the universe, who is worshipped by everyone, he is going to carry you. I cannot tolerate that. Who do you think you are? He broke the danda and threw it in the river. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and said, where is my danda? Then he was told that Nityananda broke it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, do you think my sannyas is a joke? After taking sannyas, I wanted to go to Vrindavan, and you misdirected me and brought me to Shantipur. Anyway, I could tolerate that. Now my only possession, my danda, you broke it and threw it away in the river. I don't want to be with you all. Just get lost. I'm just going on my own. Saying that, Mahaprabhu left and he was running and running to Jagannath Puri. So when he came to Jagannath Puri, seeing Lord Jagannath, he fainted. In ecstasy, the ecstatic symptom, one of the ecstatic symptoms, actually the highest ecstatic symptom is to faint. In intense love for Krishna, one actually faints. So that's what happened. Mahaprabhu fainted. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who was the greatest Vedantic, greatest scholar of Vedanta philosophy of that time, he was there. He was also from Navadvip. And he was the scholar in the court of the king of Orissa, King Prataprudra. So very, very powerful, very influential person. So he also came to the temple to have the darshan of Lord Jagannath, surrounded by his men, and he saw this young boy, 24-year-old sannyasi, handsome like Cupid. Not only Cupid, handsome like the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he fainted. So, and he saw that it was ecstatic symptom. He read this ecstatic symptom in books, but he never seen anyone display such symptom. So he was very surprised, very thrilled. So he arranged for this fainted sannyasi to be carried to his house. And in the meantime, the other followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, headed by Nityananda Prabhu, came to Jagannath temple. And upon inquiring, they found out that yes, one young sannyasi came and he fainted, and he was carried by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his house. So they all went to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house, and they found that Mahaprabhu was still unconscious. So they started to chant the holy name, and Mahaprabhu came to his consciousness. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya made arrangement for them to settle down, take prasad. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya started to express his concern about this sannyasi. He was a impersonalist, Mayavadi, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. But he was the greatest scholar of that time, such a great scholar that even sannyasis used to come to study under his tutelage. So he became concerned that this person is not like a sannyasi. Sannyasi should be grave. But this person sings and dances. And on top of that, he is so young and so handsome. The girls will always run after him. And it will be difficult for him to maintain his sannyas. So anyway, I will teach him Vedanta. And by understanding Vedanta, he'll understand that he is Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. And he'll become fixed up in his sannyas. So his brother-in-law, Gopinath Acharya, knew who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya left Navadvip before Mahaprabhu's appearance. But his brother-in-law, Gopinath Acharya, knew Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and knew that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he told his Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, what are you talking about? Do you know who he is? You are thinking of teaching him Vedanta? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, what? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gopinath, I knew that you are such a sentimentalist. In Kali Yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead doesn't come. He comes only at the end as Kalki avatar. Otherwise, there is no incarnation in the age of Kali. Gopinath says, Advaita, Sarvabhauma, you think that you are a great scholar, but actually you don't really know everything. The Lord is known as Tri Yuga. He comes only in 3 yugas and doesn't come in the age of Kali, because in 3 other yugas he comes revealing his identity. But in the age of Kali he comes hiding his identity. He comes as a devotee. And so, see, this is the personality who came as a devotee, but he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way they had, 2 of them had big argument. I don't know whether you know, at least in Bengal, the brothers-in-law mean, in Bengali words, a Shala Bhognipati. Shala means wife's brother, and Bhognipati means sister's husband. So they usually have a very humorous relationship, very funny relationship. They fight, they argue, and so this way, due to their relationship, they were fighting. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Gopinath Acharya. So, but when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found out that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wanted to teach him Vedanta in order to fix him up in his sannyas, Mahaprabhu said, okay, he is my well-wisher. So let him teach me. I will study under him. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya started to teach him Vedanta. But he was giving the commentary, the impersonal commentary. What is the actual Vedanta? Vedanta, Vedaischa Sarvair Ahameva Vedya. Vedanta Krit Vedavid Eva Chaham. So who is the Vedanta? Who is the Anta of the Vedic understanding? Who? Impersonal Brahman? How many of you think that impersonal Brahman is the ultimate of Vedanta? How many of you think Krishna is the ultimate of Vedanta? Thank you. So we have such wonderful scholars here. And that is the mercy of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. So, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was teaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For 7 days continuously he taught him. And Krishna Chaitanya just sat there, not saying anything. Not even, yes, that's right. Can you please tell me what does it mean? Generally, this kind of exchange takes place between the teacher and the student. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just sat there listening, looking at him. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya started to wonder, is he understanding what I am saying? So he asked, Krishna Chaitanya, do you understand what I am saying? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, well, I understand the sutras, I understand the aphorisms of the Vedanta, but I don't understand your explanations. He said, what? The explanations are meant to explain or clarify the meaning of the sutra, and you say you understand the sutra, but you don't understand the bhashya, the explanation. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, because your bhashya is not revealing the sutra, they're covering the sutra. The sutras are clearly indicating the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but you are deriving the meaning of the sutra as impersonal Brahman. So this is how you are covering the actual meaning of the sutra. So then finally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, okay, can you please explain this particular verse? And that verse was known as Atmaram verse. Atmaramascha Munayo is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Atmaramascha Munayo Nirgranthapi Urukrame Kurvanti Ahaituking Bhakting Itham Bhuta Gunohari. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was explaining that liberation was ultimate goal. Liberation is the ultimate conclusion of Vedanta. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out through this verse, he first asked him to explain and he gave the explanation, and then Mahaprabhu gave his explanation without even touching what he had to say. So Mahaprabhu's explanation was Atma Ramascha Munayo. The philosophers, the thinkers, Munis, those who are deriving their joy, aram, ananda, in Atma, not in sense gratification. They are deriving their joy from within, not through their senses, but from their in their spiritual situation, spirit soul. Nirgrantha, they are free from all bondage. Granthi means bondage, ties. And Nirgrantha means free from all bondage. So these are all liberated souls. Those who have become free from all material attachments and those who are deriving their pleasure from within their spiritual identity. Kurvanti ahaituking bhaktim urukrame. They worship, they do render unalloyed, unconditional devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they pointed out, if liberation is the goal of life, then why the liberated souls worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is even beyond liberation. Devotional service to the Lord is even beyond liberation. Brahma Sajujya is the Lord is beyond Brahma Sajujya. And this Brahma Jyoti that you are talking about is the bodily effulgence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also was heartbroken. Like he is such a great scholar, so obviously he was very well respected and he was quite proud also, and now he has been defeated by one little boy, 24-year-old boy. So he was very heartbroken. He closed his door, locked his door, and he was inside his room lamenting. At the dead of the night, all of a sudden he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu standing in front of him. And then he saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has 6 arms. In 2 arms he was holding the bow and arrow. Who is holding the bow and arrow? Lord Ramchandra. In 2 hands he was holding the flute. Who holds the flute? Krishna Chandra. And in his 2 other arms he was holding the sannyas danda and kamandalu. the water pot of a sannyasi, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is how he could see that the one who is Lord Ramchandra, one who is Krishna Chandra, is none other than Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could now see that the Lord standing in front of him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also composed many songs, many prayers right there. He was also such a great scholar. And the first verse goes like, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Shikhartham Ekah Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripam Buddhirjas Tamahang Prapadde. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Shikhartham Ekah Purusha Purana. Purusha Purana. Who is Purusha Purana? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shikhartham Ekah. In order to teach. Shikhartham Ekah Purusha Purana. What is? Nija Bhakti Yogam, his own devotion. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in order to teach his devotion, has appeared, which is devotional service, which is non-different from thus Vairagya Vidya, the knowledge of or art of renunciation. Shikhartham Ekah Purusha Purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari. He has appeared as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kripam Buddhir, he is an ocean of mercy. Tamahang Prapadde, unto him I offer myself. So this way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya also, at the beginning, he did not want to accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he recognized that he is who he is. So this is the uniqueness of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but came hiding his identity. Channa Kalo, in the age of Kali, the Lord doesn't come revealing his identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the age of Kali, he comes hiding his identity. But although he came hiding his identity, we are seeing how some fortunate individuals are recognizing him. Like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the greatest scholar of that time. And that also an impersonalist scholar who don't really accept the personality of Godhead. They are worshippers of impersonal Brahman. So although he was the worshipper of impersonal Brahman, he did not want to accept the form of the Lord, like he eventually surrendered himself to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what does it mean? This is how we can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no room for any doubt about his identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not just some illiterate fools run after somebody. Oh, ye Baba hai, ye Bhagavan hai. Nowadays we find so many Bhagavans, right? Especially in Ujjain you'll find many, because these are the places where they flock around. And then finally one Bhagavan fights with another Bhagavan. And then finally, these Bhagavans are arrested by the police and kept in the prison. Therefore, Krishna decided not to come as Bhagavan. Because then people will think that he is also one of those Bhagavans. Cheating Bhagavans, fake Bhagavan. Therefore, he came as a devotee to teach us who is real Bhagavan. He is not expecting that we should worship him as Bhagavan. He is rather hiding his identity. No, I am not God. What are you talking about? When somebody called him Bhagavan, he would cover his ears and say, as if he heard something very, very inauspicious. And he would say, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. As if he heard something which is very, very inauspicious. This is how he is hiding his identity. But what he is teaching, what he is saying, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Worship him. He is not saying worship me. He is saying worship Krishna. And that is how, in this age, we have to understand who is real Bhagavan. And what is the difficulty? Krishna has given the Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, he has given the essential truth. He is revealing his own identity in Bhagavad Gita. And then in Srimad Bhagavatam, his identity has been so elaborately manifest through his pastimes. So this is how we have to recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not some cheating person coming and people are following him. Oh, he is Bhagavan. And that's why we have to be grateful, thankful to Srila Prabhupada that he has made us recognize who is the real Bhagavan. He made us recognize that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the real Supreme Personality of God. The other day someone was asking me that how come in India people didn't recognize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's true, like even in Bengal where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, they don't know him. What to speak of other parts of India? And my answer was, because you are not preaching. Because you are not preaching, therefore people do not know. So do you think that people all over the world should recognize Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead? How many of you think that it is essential that people get to know him? Okay, very good. Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? How many of you are convinced that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Okay, so are you going to go out and tell people that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? How many of you are going to do it? And how many of you are not going to do it? So everyone will do it? Promise? On a very special day, you are making a promise to a sannyasi. So that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted. Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Mahaprabhu wanted his followers to simply preach Krishna consciousness to whoever he sees. Don't feel shy to tell people that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like when we came here first, hardly anybody knew Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in here many people were, or rather not many, most of the people were impersonalists, Nirakari, Nirakarvadi. But today, they all have, many of you have become devotees. Do you think it was a development, advancement? कुछ अच्छा हुआ है? It has been a benefit, it has been an advantage. So, by Prabhupada's mercy, this advantage is being created all over the world today. So please take this process, and it's not that we are just saying something sentimental out of sentiment, but whatever we are saying is from the book, from the scriptures. If somebody asks, how can you say Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? What will be your answer? How do you know that Krishna is God? Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all the Vedic scriptures. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva ved. Recognizing Krishna as God is not that difficult. But unfortunately nowadays most of the people in India also do not know that Krishna is God. As I was saying, they think, oh, these forms of the God are imaginary. This is one of the imaginary forms. Like there are forms like Durga, Kali, Shiva, Surya, Ganapati. This is called Panchopashana, 5 forms. Vishnu, Devi, Shiva, Surya and Ganapati. And they say that you can imagine any of the form for meditation. Because at the beginning, to meditate upon the impersonal is difficult. So for the sake of convenience, you can imagine one form. And then, when your meditation becomes fixed, then you don't need the form anymore. Then you'll see it's all Brahman. So this is how they are making all kinds of mental speculations. The Lord's form is imaginary. And that's why all kinds of gods are being worshipped at different places. In Bengal, Devi is worshipped, Kali, Durga is worshipped as goddess, God, ultimate. In Maharashtra, Ganapati. In some other places, Lord Shiva. In some other places, Surya. And the understanding is that these are all imaginary. These forms are not real. Ultimately, Brahma Satya, Jagan Mitha. Brahma is the truth, and all these forms are illusory or false. But what is the real understanding? The real understanding is that all these forms of the Lord are absolute. All this, that the Lord's form is eternal. And there is a difference between Devas and Bhagavan. Devta and Bhagavan. Durga, Kali, Ganapati, these are all Devas and Devis. Lord Shiva is Mahadev, the greatest of all the Devas, but still he is a Deva. But Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ete Changsha Kalapunksha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, and all others are his devotees. Vaishnavanam Jatha Sambhu. Who is Lord Shiva? A devotee of Sri Krishna, Vishnu. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Gaur Purnima Mahotsav ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Keshav, never.
Mike.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu দয়া কর মোরে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈ তোমা বিনা কে দয়ালো জগত সংসারে তো পতিত পাবন হেতু তব অবতার পতিত পতিত পাবন হেতু তব অবতার পতিত পতিত প্রভু না পাইবে প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ প্রেমানন্দ শোকে প্রভু কৃপায় অবলোকন করো আমি বড় দুঃখী কৃপায় দয়া করো সীতাপতে অদ্বৈত গোসাই দয়া করো আর তব কৃপা বলে পাই চৈতন্য নিতাই আমি তব কৃপা বলে পাই চৈতন্য নিতাই স্বরূপ সনাতন রূপর গণা স্বরূপ স্বরূপ সনাতন রূপর গণা ভট্ট যুগ সর্বলোকনাথ দয়া কর শ্রী আচার্য প্রভু শ্রীনিবাস